We have some great stories coming up for you, but we begin with new questions surrounding Hillary Clinton and whether her use of a private email account as Secretary of State broke any laws. Welcome to Happening Now, everybody. I'm Jenna Lee.
And I'm John Scott. Despite repeated requests from journalists, both the State Department and Hillary Clinton have not said whether she signed a separation agreement promising to account for all records in her possession before leaving the State Department. That form is crucial in determining whether or not Clinton might have broken any laws by deleting emails that she deemed personal. Meanwhile, new questions are also being raised about donations to the Clinton Foundation, including reports of millions of dollars from a Chinese company with ties to China's communist government. Chief White House correspondent Ed Henry is live in Washington. Ed?
Good to see you, John. You're referring specifically to a $2 million donation from a Chinese construction company that came in to the Clinton Foundation in 2013, shortly after then Secretary Clinton had left office. But I spoke yesterday to the Republican Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. He told me that he wants to take a look at that and see whether or not during her time in office she had a conflict and was helping to raise any money from China, Saudi Arabia, other countries while she was Secretary of State and had a potential conflict. While the Senate potentially looks at that, on other fronts, the former secretary is facing pressure from House Republicans. Speaker John Boehner zeroing in on those emails and today really raising the stakes, demanding that her private server be turned over. Listen.
The American people deserve all the facts about what happened in Benghazi. That's why it's so important for Secretary Clinton to turn over her personal server to a neutral third party. I think this is the fairest way to make sure that we have all the documents that belong to the public and ultimately all the facts.
Now, several Democrats on Capitol Hill have said this is overkill, that Benghazi has been investigated several times before, and that in particular now on the Clinton email issue, you have two different House Republican committee chairmen talking about investigating this, sending subpoenas, holding congressional hearings. Democrats believe that is overkill. On the other issue involving this separation statement, I was in New York yesterday, asked the former secretary if she signed that document on the way out. She did not answer. Interesting, the State Department spokeswoman, Jen Psaki, was asked this for the third time in a week yesterday, had no answer. Listen.
I don't have an update on this, Matt. We're still working on it. I understand why you're asking. We're looking to get an answer. I don't have an answer today. We certainly keep records. I don't have an update on this particular question today.
The State Department briefing for today about to get started. We'll see if the fourth time is the charm. John.
Well, there are so many secretaries of state to keep track of. You know that there must be an awful lot of those forms out there for them to wade through.
There's only been two in this administration, John.
Okay.
Which I think you knew.
Ed Henry in Washington. Ed, thank you.
Good to see you.